presentation of the NBA.
And that shot should leave no doubt as to where we are tonight. It's the Toyota Center here in downtown Houston, Texas. Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks, for this midweek NBA action on 2K Sports. And tonight, we'll see the Houston Rockets as they go up against the Atlanta Hawks. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from D.A. along the sideline all game long. D.A., take it away.
Hey, Kevin. Trae Young said when he was growing up, he was never a big leaper or a dunker. Truth be told, he said, I wasn't even considered a top guard in my recruiting class, but I worked relentlessly and played with a chip on my shoulder. I wanted to be considered among the great players. I wanted to belong. Kevin, he certainly belongs with the Hawks right now.
Thanks, D.A. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Danilo Gallinari.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. They've got Clint Capella. Gallinari is out there with John Collins. Then there's Dunn, and it's Young in at the point guard. And for the Rockets, we've got Wall. Christian Wood is out there with Olynyk. Then it's Porter. And it's Gordon in at the 2. Greg, the 2 words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple of things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment standpoint.
You bring up some great points. And that one hits back iron. Collins passes to Young. Passes to Capella. Here's Young. He's coming off a 40-point game against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. Now, here's Dunn. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Hawks shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. The free throw drops in for Dunn.
We've seen real improvement from Chris Dunn at the free throw line. Used to be his Achilles heel.
He hits both from the stripe. For the Houston Rockets, they come in off the loss to Miami.
Yeah, sometimes the matchups just aren't in your favor no matter what you do. And it seems like your opponent does it better.
You know, they were reacting rather than dictating. I thought they played scared all night.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Down low, here's Gallinari. Capella trying to free himself up. Nice D from Porter. Rockets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And Kevin Porter Jr., all the issues you'd expect from a rookie, Greg. Unforced errors, a few too many fouls and turnovers. But as you and I were talking, and as the coaches told us, the upside is huge.
I tell you, Kev, his first step with the ball in his hands is incredible. Can burst by defenders like they're waiting at a bus stop. Once he matures, he's going to be a handful to deal with.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Christian Wood, undrafted in 2015 out of UNLV. Wait a minute, that's your alma mater. Hey, talk about his game. What do you like about Christian Wood's game?
Well, first I'll start with he went to UNLV. He's long, he's lean. I think he really fits the modern NBA as a small ball center, able to hold his own on the glass and space the floor.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Ball against Young. Kicks it out to Collins. Pulls it up. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
Ball against Young. Wall, that's good.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
Now, here's Dunn. 9 points last game. Gallinari outside. Back to Dunn. Pass to Gallinari. Clock at 6. On the wing, Porter. Defended by Young. Porter, no luck. The Hawks trailing. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Collins is running. No good that time. Gordon with the defensive effort.
They are out of rhythm. 1 for 5 so far. You just need to calm down and reward your matchups.
Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Lobbed up there for Collins. Hammers the alley-oop through.
The agility, the hops, the great hands. Collins is the perfect alley-oop partner.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Wall up top, defended by Young. Wall's shot is off.
The defense was begging him to take that shot, and he took the bait, but you can't blame him.
Collins, good.
Never one to shy away. Collins delivers as much contact as he receives.
The Rockets have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Here's Gordon, and he comes up with the deuce.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Now, here is Young. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Gallinari passes to Capella. Got a hand on it.
A fearless big man. Olynyk isn't afraid to challenge opponents on their shots.
Knocks down the 3-ball.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Young against Wall. Young outside. There's the dish to Collins. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, John Collins has the potential to be a star for this team. Continues to be a powerhouse on the offensive end. He can attack from inside as well as outside.
And that one falls for Collins.
And Collins said so himself. He believes he'll be a max contract player when he hits free agency.
You know what, GA? I love the confidence from him. And you look year to year, his numbers are improving at an unbelievable rate. He just might get that max contract.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
To the middle, here's Wood. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Collins. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Wood. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here's Young, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Collins. The Rockets pull it in.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
The Hawks making a switch here. Okongwu's checked in. I'm glad we got to see the mobile 1 block once more. What a play.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Rockets leading by 3. Wall passes to Porter. Back to Wall. Feeds to Gordon. Charity stripe shot. Rebounded by the Hawks. Capella's got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
What I like is when Chris Dunn keeps his poise, keeps his eyes up, good things happen.
And so it's Wall. He brings it up for the Houston Rockets. Dishes it to Gordon. And there's the pass to Wood. Young against Wall. And stolen by Dunn. One-on-one fast break. Lobbed up there for Dunn.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
Now Gordon. He's coming off a 22-point game against Miami.
You can't forget about how great he was at forcing contact and getting to the line. He racked up a lot of easy points at the line that way.
And Capella sends it back.
Quick off the floor, has that long reach. Capella there with the intimidation.
He lobs it up, and Okongwu slams it in.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Here's Gordon after the basket by Onyeka Okongwu. Pass to Wood and finished off by Wood.
And with an excellent understanding of the game, Olynyk is able to find open teammates.
Young outside. Kicks to Okongwu to the right side. Just 5 on the clock. They get it again. Here's Capella. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Rockets trail. Here's Wall, and Wall with the slam.
And he can just fly. We know that about Wall now, that he's got plenty of ways to finish at the rim once he gets up, and beyond.
Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
And for Houston, they're shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. First chance they've had to see Atlanta.
Yeah, an interconference matchup, and these are two teams at different ends of the spectrum as far as the talent is concerned.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Bruno Fernando's checked in for Capella. Hunter comes in for Gallinari. Bogdanovich is checked in for Dunn. And it's Williams in for Young. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You two.
So it's the Rockets now. And stolen by Bogdanovich. Fast break, the Hawks. Williams is running. It's stolen by Bradley. Pass to Exum. House dishes to Augustine. Houston moving it around. Bradley, that's for 2. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. And the Rockets lead by 1. For Atlanta, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Williams kicks to Okongwu. Hunter with it. His last outing, he had 8 points. 6 to shoot. There's Williams with the 3. The offensive rebound. Fernando. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
Wow, back and forth start, that's for sure.
Augustine against Williams. It's good. Last outing for the Hawks, it was a loss to Indiana.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
You know, sometimes great skill can overcome a lack of intensity, but it's very rare.
Here's Fernando over Wilson. That misses off the backboard. And the foul called on Bruno Fernando. That's his first foul. Houston in the lead. And here's Augustine. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know.
Take a break.
He gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys. There are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. Good on both.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Here's Williams. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Stolen by Exum. And Exum with a clear path to the hoop. Launches the 3. And TJ Augustine good for 3. And the Rockets lead by 6.
A tall guard who can see over the defense. Exum with no trouble locating the open teammate.
Williams scanning the floor. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Sometimes it's a matter of pride, answering back with a 3 of his own.
1:49 left in the first quarter. Now here is Augustine. He has 7. And it's off from 3-point range. Inside, here's Fernando.
This is the type of playmaker Lou is. Outstanding at getting it to his open guys.
Now Augustine, looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Lays it up and banks it in. Augustine's got his third basket of the night right there.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Lou Williams, so crafty, GA, just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
Williams gets the bucket.
Despite having a small frame, this is a big part of Lou Williams' game, taking it up strong inside.
Here's Augustine bringing it up now for the Houston Rockets. Pass to Bradley. 43 seconds left to play here in the first. That's tipped. Williams with the ball. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. To the inside. Shoots from the block. Bank shot, no good. Houston's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Here's Exum. He kicks to House. Now the pass to Bradley. Just 5 to shoot. Houston needs to get a shot off. Near the three-point line, it's Augustine.
And the defense by Lou, using his experience and quickness to get in good position.
And we'll be back with you shortly. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
And they took advantage of some careless ball handling, some careless passing. You have to be more careful around these guys.
The Hawks trailing. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court right now for the Hawks. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Bogdanovich is out there with Williams. And it's Fernando in at the center, filling out the middle. Three-pointer Augustine. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. So it's the Hawks now. To the paint, passes it to Fernando. It's stolen by Bradley. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Exum finds Bradley. The shot, no good. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. The feed now to Collins. And finished off by Collins.
Look at the pass from Hunter, wanting to get his teammates involved.
And here's Augustine. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
He's been a big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
Williams passes to Bogdanovich. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Shot clock at 6. Here's Williams. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
That's a solid blueprint. Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Kevin Porter comes in for Avery Bradley. And John Wall's subbed in for Exum. And then for Atlanta, Clint Capella comes in for Bruno Fernando. Young is subbed in for Bogdanovich. And Williams drops them both.
A player like Lou Williams is so valuable. He's an exceptional producer your team can rally around.
Williams against Wall. Pass to Wilson. Back to Wall. And the slam dunk by Wall. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Now, here is Young. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Scouting report is be physical with Trae Young. And every night, he finds ways to still make plays.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And Augustine kicks to Porter. And Capella sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella. Christian Woods checked in for Houston. Gordon comes in for DJ Augustine. Then for the Hawks, Gallinari, he's checked in for Hunter. And it's done in for Lou Williams. Shot by Gordon, wide open. Another miss by Houston.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And finished off by Collins.
Gallinari, very unselfish, draws a lot of defensive attention, which often leads to open teammates.
Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Wall against Young. Wall dishes to Porter. Outside Gordon. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Gordon's got his second bucket of the night.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Young passes to Dunn. Gallinari on the wing. Shot clock at 5. Here's Capella. Stolen by Wilson. And it's Houston on the break. Gordon with it. Now guarded by Dunn. Porter, no luck. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Lobbed up there for Collins. Stolen by Wilson. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And finished off by Porter.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Now, here is Young. He's averaging almost 31 points a game right now, an extraordinary figure for any player to post. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
He's fearless. Trae Young knows he's probably going to take contact, and it doesn't matter at all.
Outside Gordon. Back to Wall for 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Capella's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Here's Gallinari. They get a hand on it. Porter with the steal. Here's Collins. It's hauled in by Wood. Wood's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Porter. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
The Rockets shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Olenek is checked in for Houston. Free throw good. Porter. For Atlanta, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Outside Collins. Back back to Dunn. And Dunn with the slam.
I like that. Collins playing under control, reading the floor. Nice setup there.
Houston's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Timeout called, the Rockets. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Take a look at the Warriors. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And I think for the Hawks, they are rolling, showing a lot of belief in themselves. The fan base is energized. We'll see if they can keep this up.
Now here's Porter. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Miami. Rockets have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts. And the second free throw, good.
After having no trips to the free throw line in the first period, he's being much more aggressive now.
Hawks have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Here's Young. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Young's got 6 points.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
Now here's Wall. 8 points for him.
And the amount of pressure that Trae Young puts on the defense is staggering. He's either carving you up with his passing or hitting you with that jump shot.
You know, Trae Young is the type of player that can lead this league in scoring and in assists, and also possibly could do it in the same season. For a youngster, he sees a lot of double teams. It's impressive how he handles it.
Rockets trail by 3. Got a piece of it. Oh, and here we go with Collins. Nobody back. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on John Wall.
Very hard not to foul a guy who's in constant motion. Collins, once again, bringing the energy.
For Atlanta, they have been excellent at the free throw line. Here today, a flawless 6 for 6.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And he makes the first.
It's amazing that in the 2017 draft, Collins went just 21st overall. That's a steal, folks.
The Hawks making a switch here. Okongwu's checked in. And so Collins nails both of them.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Rockets trail by 5. Wall looking for an opening. Over Young. The wide open look here for Wood. Oh, good with the triple.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. The Rockets shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. Here's Wall. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Done outside. In the corner, Collins with it. And Collins gets double teamed. Here's Dunn. It's rebounded by Houston. Olynyk got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Gordon. The 3. And it's John Collins with the rebound. Collins has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's the pass to Gallinari. Back to Young. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Defensively, just when you think you have Young's shot timed out, he pulls it back down.
It's his first trip to the line.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
That's good from Young.
One thing you can say about Trae Young, he leaves a huge imprint on any basketball game he plays.
Bruno Fernando's checked in for the Hawks. Bogdan Bogdanovic comes in for Gallinari. And so Young nails them both. And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for Houston. 7-point differential. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip.
I can see he's pressing a little now, trying desperately to help them shrink this deficit.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question, toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
The league's long-distance bombers are setting their sights on the three-point contest this season. Here are some of the early favorites to make up the field.
And I love the way the voting is shaping up, Kevin. We'll have an excellent contest if these are the shooters who are firing away on All-Star Weekend.
And you look at Collins. He's going to need to leapfrog quite a few great shooters if he's going to be a part of the three-point festivities on All-Star Weekend. But, maybe he can do it.
I mean, anything's possible, especially if he has a few big games from beyond the arc before All-Star Weekend. That'd give him a nice bump in the voting.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase this year. Some incredible shooters, that's for certain. We'll keep you updated as we find out more.
Yeah, I think we're in for a real treat. I think the increased importance of the three-point shot in today's game has really shined a light on the talent, precision, and really the wow factor of how these guys can drill the long ball.
Here's Young after Eric Gordon's bucket. Passes it to Okongwu. Kicks it to Dunn. To the middle. Olynyk with the steal. And it's Wall, top of the key. No one near him. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of...
Oh, here he comes!
That was amazing, and look at the elevation.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Now here's Wall. He's coming off a 31-point game against Miami.
And his shot blocking helped as well. Those 2 blocks he had were big for them.
Now here is Young, following the miss by John Wall. Pass to Okongwu. Done outside. 6 on the shot clock. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. And the foul called on Bruno Fernando. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Houston with a big group substitution here. Daniel House has checked in for Christian Wood. Exum comes in for Porter. Avery Bradley, he's checked in for Gordon. And DJ Augustine subbed in for John Wall. Hunter's checked in for Atlanta. Williams comes in for Young. Rockets trail by 10. Augustine with it. Okongwu covering. Now Augustine. He's got 11. The Rockets with another miss.
Not sure if that's the shot you were looking for, but it's a fairly clean look. Almost have to take it.
Here's Williams. He kicks it to Hunter. Inside. Here's Fernando. Shoots over Olynyk. Fernando, that's good. And now it's a 12-point Atlanta lead.
And Matador defense That's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
And it's the Rockets with the ball. Following the bucket by the Hawks. Augustine finds Bradley. Over Bogdanovich. Misses off the right iron.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Here's Williams. Fernando. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Fernando's got the lead up to 14 now for the Hawks.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Let's quickly bring up the 2K leaderboard for a look at the top free throw shooters among point guards. And you look at Augustine, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line and it's nearly automatic. And of course, Trae Young, a few spots down.
Well, if these guys can get to the line, there's not much question what the outcome's going to be. So it sort of prevents the D from being as aggressive as they'd like to be against them.
When you have these guys with the basketball, it's like a security blanket. The ball in their hands, team has to foul, they have it, they go to the line, good chance they'll make it.
And he makes the first but misses the second. The Hawks leading by 13. Throws it up high.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
There's 45 seconds left in the first half. Augustine looking around. And it's good for two.
Man, he keeps doing his part. They just haven't been able to get over the hump.
Pass to Hunter. The pass to Fernando. Williams up on top. It's tipped and out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. And so here is Houston. Augustine with it. He's got 14. Launches it. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Atlanta looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Trae, you've made it look easy so far. How have you been able to pick them apart?
I'm just taking what the defense is giving me. Open driving lanes. They're leaving some of our bigs open, pick and rolls, things like that. We just got to continue to do it and try to get this win.
Make them pick their poison, right? Thanks for your time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. There was no stopping John Collins in the first half. He had 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how Atlanta played?
Well, they're out in front tonight because of their offensive rebounding. Those second chance buckets came into play in a big way. Those are effort points, momentum builders, salvaging points off the scrap heap. You never heard me say scrap heap before, Ernie. I don't even know what it means. It just sounded good.
And Kenny, what do you have to say about the Rockets?
They aren't playing tight enough defense. That's pretty clear. There needs to be a lot better communication. Guys are playing defense on an island a lot of times, and that's getting them burned.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You got to like what DJ Augustine has done in this game.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody saw this offense coming from him, but it's been key for his team.
This is why you prepare. Get ready for the opportunity if it comes your way, because you may be asked to deliver.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Porter is out there with Wood. Then it's Olynyk, and it's Wall, and it's Gordon in at the 2 guard. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Dunn dishes to Capella. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Capella's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Hawks. Rockets trail by 15. Outside Gordon. Passes it to Olynyk. And here's Wall, defended by Young. And Wall kicks to Olynyk. Atlanta with the rebound.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Young outside. Down low, here's Gallinari. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Hawks lead by 17.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Done against Gordon. Poked away and stolen by Dunn. It's Collins with the drive. No good there.
Beasting on defense. First he closes out hard on the shooter, then he attacks the glass. Filthy.
Porter, no luck. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Atlanta.
And for a long time, Atlanta had been searching for a legitimate center. Seems like they found their guy in Clint Capella.
Yes, and Clint Capella is limited offensively, but that's not his job. What Clint Capella does do, he does very well. He's a terrific rebounder, and he will have a lot of room to finish at the rim, as he does with power.
Here's Wood. Chris Dunn making his last shot. Young outside. Pass to Collins. Back to Young. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. That's 10 points for Trae Young.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And stolen by Dunn. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Extremely explosive off the dribble. Once Dunn gets the angle, it's over.
The Hawks haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And he can't hit the second. Over to the left wing. Young outside. Clock at 6. Pass to Gallinari. Back to Young. The 3. It's hauled in by Wood. Rockets shooting a meager 37% for the game. Gordon inside. He's guarded by Collins. Will it go? In deep. Gordon drops it in. Gordon's got 8 points.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
Here's Dunn. Kicks it out to Collins. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
It's been John Collins' night. taking his productivity into overdrive.
To the left wing. Wall against Young. Back to Gordon. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Collins. The Rockets have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. First one falls for him. Steve, you look at the large companies being created right now by some NBA players like LeBron and Steph. Talk about the example that sets for kids who look up to these guys.
You know, Kevin, I think it's a great example. Reason why they are showing the next generation of kids that's taking basketball serious, that they're more than just a basketball player. They are prepping for life after the game is over, but able to do it while they're playing.
Now, here is Young. 10 points for him. Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Few people see the floor as well as Trey. If you're open, he'll find you.
Rockets have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And it's Gordon penetrating. Yep, it counts. Gordon's got 6 in the quarter. The Hawks leading by 20. Done outside. He feeds it to Gallinari, and Gallinari throws it down.
He's showing his all-around game. Gallinari doesn't get to the rim that much, but has the size to do damage once he's there.
Rockets have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half.
Come to me, come to me.
Done against Gordon. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Clint Capella. And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
That free throw good from Gordon. Daniel House has checked in for Wood. Gordon hits both of them. And here's Young. 10 points for him. He dishes it to Capella. Back to Young. 5 on the clock. Over Wall. Shot clock reset for the Hawks.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And it's Wall with the ball for the Rockets. Another miss by Houston.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Dunn, wide open, he fires. Offensive rebound. Capella kicks to Dunn. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Gallinari. Here's Capella. He shoots again, and he sinks the layup. Capella's got 8 here in the quarter.
Just has a nose for the ball. Capella skilled at gaining ideal position for those offensive rebounds.
Now here's Wall. He's got 10. Here's Olynyk. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Hustle points count just like any others. That's a great play.
So for the Rockets, DJ Wilson, he's checked in for Porter. Exum comes in for Gordon. And it's Avery Bradley in for John Wall. And then for Atlanta, Hunter's checked in for Gallinari. And it's Williams in for Chris Dunn.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Atlanta leading by 21. Here's Young. 10 points for him. Over to the left wing. Now, here's Hunter. Up again. Young on the follow. Young's got 12.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
To the inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Steve, the days of Avery Bradley being a scorer are probably over. I mean, he scored in the mid-teens, we know that, but now I think they value his defense as much as his scoring.
You're right, Kevin. Avery Bradley will rely on his athleticism, especially to get to the rim to score. With his injuries and change in situation, the chances, they just haven't been there. But he's still an effective player. We just won't see his scoring outbursts as often. Here you have the consummate pro. Rare to see Avery Bradley complain or give anything less than 100%.
Houston making a switch here. Augustine's checked in. Then for the Hawks, Okongwu's checked in for Clint Capella. Bruno Fernando comes in for Collins. And it's Bogdan Bogdanovic in for Trae Young. And he sinks the second. The Hawks leading by 22. Down low. Here's Fernando. That one misses. The Rockets go the other way with it. Bradley deciding where to go with it. Fernando pulls it in. Fernando's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And Bogdanovic kicks to Hunter. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovic.
Getting points within the flow of the offense. DeAndre Hunter playing to his strengths and rarely forcing anything.
For Houston, they've gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Augustine passes to Olynyk. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. To the paint, here's Fernando. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Augustine against Williams. With the floater, Olynyk from down in the low post. It goes. Olynyk's got 5 points in the quarter.
Attacking the heart of that defense. I like this from Olynyk, not just hanging out on the perimeter.
On the wing, Williams, guarded by Augustine. Bogdanovic passes to Fernando. And let's take a minute now to give a tip of the cap to the top rookie defenders in the NBA this season. 5th, Onyeka Okongwu.
How about the anticipation and really his aggressive mindset defensively? He's always pressuring, always looking for an opportunity to force a turnover.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. And the Rockets making a change here. Wilson's checked in. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. And now it's Bradley running. He can go all the way. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And here we can check out the story for John Wall.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
That free throw good from Bradley. And so Bradley nails both of them. And the Hawks with possession here. Now Williams. And the layup's good off the glass. Williams has got 6.
Because of his size, everyone tries to get physical with Lou, but he pays it no mind.
Here's Augustine bringing it up now for Houston. The dish to Bradley. Kicks it to House. Here's the 3. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got his 5th rebound in this one. Bounce pass Bogdanovich. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. Christian Woods checked in for Houston. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Gallinari's checked in. And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile 1 block a moment ago.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
The 3 from Bogdanovich. Drops in the tray. 9 points in the game so far.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Augustine against Williams. Augustine passes to Wood. Bradley, no one around him. Offline with his 3.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
From deep 3-point range, the offensive rebound. And Okongwu slams it in.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then follows it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback. Here's Augustine following the bucket by the Hawks. Inside, doubled by Okongwu. Exum with a wide-open look. Drills it from outside.
The defense tends to play him to drive the basketball, but if he can knock down this shot, they will have to play him honestly.
Williams dishes to Bogdanovich. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Avery Bradley. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
He's been doing really nice work at the line. 83%.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. He hits the second from the line. Augustine with it. 14 points for him. And there's the call on Lou Williams. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Second free throw, no good. Atlanta's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Williams kicks to Bogdanovich. Outside Williams. Shot clock at 6. Bradley against Gallinari. Got him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage. Gallinari's got 6 in the quarter.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Very explosive. Exum very capable of playing above the rim.
And here's Bogdanovich. 10 points for him. The Hawks working the ball around. Williams with a clean look. Great look, but off the mark.
Having a shaky time from the floor, but his teammates have been picking up the slack.
Bradley against Williams. Kept alive.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Here's Gallinari. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
Augustine against Williams. Here's Wood. Oh, that's blocked. And he recovers it. Atlanta's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich. Wilson, he's checked in for Danuel House. And he makes both free throws. And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Rockets. The pass to Wood. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Out of bounds. Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession. Houston making a switch here. Porter's checked in. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter. And he uses the glass on the layup. Porter's got 11.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
Williams against Augustine. Here's Gallinari. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's a beautiful pump fake. Gallinari is a crafty offensive player who knows how to keep the defense guessing.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
This season, he has been absolutely locked in at the free throw line. How about 90%?
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Gallinari.
Being aggressive and getting to the line, this is when Gallinari's most efficient.
Gallinari hits them both. 9 seconds left to play in the third. Here is Porter. Over Gallinari. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Atlanta out there all by themselves with a 32-point lead to end the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we'll be right back after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. They've got Tony Snell. Clint Capella is out there with Okongwu. Then it's Reddish. And it's Herter in at the 1. Atlanta's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Steve, if you were a GM and you could choose one player who would you start your team with?
Right now, I think the perfect player to start your team off right now, because of the way everything is going, is Anthony Davis. He can play 1 through 5. Defensively, he can change a game. Offensively, he can play in and out. And he's just that fluid player that matches up with today's game. Superb focus on the finish by Cam Reddish, showing how cool he is under pressure.
Hunter's checked in for Okongwu.
One shot.
Watching Cam Reddish, I see all-star level potential. It's going to be interesting to track his development because he's still establishing his identity.
Now here is Augustine. And that one, good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Reddish the pass to Herter. Hunter kicks to Snell. From downtown, that shot no good. The Rockets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Offensive rebound.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip in.
About a minute and a half into the 4th quarter now. To the middle. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Snell's got his first points of the night. Last year, LeBron, as we know, Steve, broke Derek Fisher's record for most postseason wins. Talk about the weight of that accomplishment.
You know, Kevin, let's take those two players. Start off with Derek Fisher. Give him a lot of credit. As a role player, he was on some great teams and contributed. Unbelievable to have that record. And then on the flip side, LeBron James was on some great teams, and he was the reason they were great teams because he's one of the greatest players of all times. Two different type of players, but both are very impressive.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. John Wall's checked in for the Rockets. And he's good on the second. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Rockets have gone just 33% from the field in the 4th quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Looking to get it going. The shot's good.
And just the overall aggressiveness. Wall enjoys taking on a challenge and succeeding, especially when the D is all over.
Here's Herter. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. In the corner, it's Hunter. He kicks to Snell. 5 to shoot. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Off the mark once again. Terrible quarter for him thus far.
Inside. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
I love it. Beautiful job getting to the rim, making a play.
Well, Smitty, you were a player with versatility and length. How much fun would you have had with today's style of play?
I think, Kevin, I was a guy that kind of played 1 through 3 at 6'8". But nowadays, I could have played 1 through 5, playing the 5 position. Reason why, I could have got my shot off at any time I wanted. And the three-point shot, Kevin, you can take 10, 12 three-pointers. I would have loved that.
And the free throw, no good.
And out of New Mexico, Tony Snell has made himself into a capable long-range marksman.
Yes, he's a guy who plays within himself, GA, stays in his lane, and knocks down perimeter shots.
Now, here's Reddish. Herder passes to Capella. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for the Rockets. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Offensive rebound, passes it to Wilson. Second chance shot, and Wall finishes inside. Wall's got 4 points this quarter.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
Now, here's Reddish. Down low, here's Capella. Pass to Herder. Lets it go with a 3. Nailed from three-point land. Herder's got his first 3 points of the game. The Rockets have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Outside, Wall. Rebound by the Hawks. Capella's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Here's Reddish. And Reddish with the slam.
Cam Reddish gets low to the ground, has serious moves off the handle, and then the exclamation point.
Houston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Wall. That shot off. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Reddish kicks to Capella. Now here's Reddish. He's guarded closely. Here's Snell. 6 to shoot. It's deflected. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. The Rockets making a switch here. Olynyk's checked in. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Trae Young, he's checked in for Tony Snell. Four on the shot clock. Here's Hunter. They get the rebound. Pass to Reddish. Lets the 3 fly, and the 3 ball is good. Reddish has got 9 points now in just the second half.
Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
They've been looking out of sorts in the last few possessions.
And this is when you need to be patient. Find a high percentage shot and have some floor balance.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
The pass to Capella. Here's Herder. And Smitty, we see the success and the great talent level in the WNBA. Do you ever think we're going to see a woman on an NBA roster?
Well, Kevin, that's a good question. Let's look at the history of the game. We've had 2 women drafted, Denise Long back in 1969 and Lucia Harris in 1977. I will say this, Kevin, I do believe so. I think in my era, there's one player I got a chance to watch and play against that could have played for sure was Cheryl Miller. That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play, comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
Passes to Young. To the wing on the left. To the paint. And the dunk by Capella.
And guys, when Capella's playing like this, it's an added bonus. Love seeing him catch fire.
The Rockets have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Reddish. Here's Herder. Wilson with the block. They retain possession. And here's what the Rockets' schedule looks like. On Saturday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. Then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors.
And that game against Sacramento, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
And he makes the first. Well, players now, Steve, seem to have a lot more power to demand a trade. Talk about what that does for the future of small market teams.
You know, Kevin, I think, let's be honest, it makes it tougher for the small market teams. The one solution, I think, is if you have a team that is very close-knit, if you get the right superstar and he's happy, if you have a chance to maybe win a championship, that keeps those stars in place.
Houston's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Nwaba. Outside Bradley. Kicks to Olynyk. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good from outside. And it's the Hawks' ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Right wing. Now, here's Reddish. Defense right on him, and it's in there.
Man, he has been locked in this quarter, shouldering the load at the offensive end.
Pass to Nwaba. To the inside, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young. Bruno Fernando's checked in for the Hawks. Well, here you sit, Smitty, at the broadcast table. Is there anything you notice about the game now that you didn't notice when you were playing?
Yes, Kevin. I mean, seriously, I did not know how much Kevin Harlan ate between games and during games. It is unreal. The before, the during, and after. You are a champ, Kevin, to be able to eat that much and to do your job.
Here's Bradley over Young.
And since halftime, he just doesn't have a clue when it comes to shooting.
And he's going up for the alley-oop.
Defensively, they've had no answer for him this period, and he continues to stay aggressive.
Here's Bradley. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Wilson the pass to Nwaba. Top of the key, Bradley. Over Young. And he overshot that one, missing.
The thing is, you want to do everything you can to help your team, and sometimes you just try to do too much.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
Now, here's Bradley. To the middle. Here's Olynyk, and it's blocked. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Young's running, shoots. Goes back up. In deep. Hunter drops it in.
And they've gotten very aggressive on the offensive glass here in the second half, getting a lot of second chance points.
Here's Olynyk. The Rockets again can't hit.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
You know what? This has always been a debate. Do you take the timeout, or do you let your guys try to fight through it?
Here's Herder. Another three for Atlanta.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
You know, when you're raining threes, you can stack up points in a hurry, but it can go the other way as well.
Here's Nwaba following the three by Atlanta. Dishes it to Bradley. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
Here's Herder. Drains the three-pointer. Herder's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Here's Nwaba. He kicks it to Bradley. Six on the shot clock. Olynyk in the corner. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Atlanta's gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. Fernando, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Especially considering it's on the road in front of a tough crowd. They've been able to block out the distractions.
So it's the Rockets now after the basket by Atlanta. High arcing shot, and Bradley gets it to go.
The teardrop Bradley's been working on, trying to diversify his offense.
Bradley against Young. Over to the wing. Here's Reddish. No good on the three. Houston's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. The rebound by Young. And so Young will bring it up for Atlanta.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Hawks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Clint Capella.
No, there's a few ways to control a game, right? You can do it with pace, you can do it with patience and efficiency. Tonight he did it by owning the boards.
And here's Bradley following the three-pointer by Trae Young. 30 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Pass to Hunter. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
Here's Nwaba. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Trae, this is a young team. So what is the chemistry and connection that lets you play together so well?
I mean, you're around us outside of the locker room. I mean, you can tell why we support each other so well, and the energy we have for each other on the court. I mean, you can tell the reason why we do that. And I mean, I love this group.
Well, congrats on the win, man. Appreciate your time. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.